Hey guys, welcome to the Manhattan Project. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the hero who in my opinion is the strongest hero in Dota 2. So the hero that I'm going to be talking about today is Faceless Void. Faceless Void at one point was seen as one of the strongest and one of the hardest carries in all of Dota. However, due to skill rebalancing, that is no longer the case. As of the 6.86 patch, Faceless Void is no longer best played as a carry. Now he's best played as a utility offlane hero who really just contributes to team fights through his versatile skill set. Let's take a look at what has changed to his skills and why that now benefits him even more than it has in the past. So the changes to Void came from changing his first two spells. His first spell, Time Walk, used to be Void's main way of catching up to his opponents. It had a longer cooldown, a much longer range, and it also slowed the enemy team. Now Time Walk has a very short 6-second cooldown at level 4, and it also backtracks whatever damage Void has taken within the last 2 seconds. In addition to this, it also has a very low mana cost of only 40 mana per use. So what this means for Faceless Void is that now instead of being used offensively to set up for his Chronosphere, this skill is now used defensively in lane, and thanks to backtracking the damage, this skill now makes him incredibly difficult to kill, which is a perfect attribute to have as an offlaner. Because of the shorter range and the defensive nature of Time Walk, in order to set up for his Chronosphere, Void is now forced to purchase a Blink Dagger as one of his first core items. Void's second skill, Time Dilation, is a completely new one. This skill was just added in the 6.86 patch, and it replaced his old Backtrack ability. Previously, Backtrack had given you a percentage chance similar to Time Lock in order to completely negate whatever damage you've taken. This now has been built into the Time Walk, and it's been replaced by Time Dilation. Time Dilation functions as a way to make your opponent's skills work against them. What it does is it freezes the cooldowns on each of your opponent's skills after they've used them. By doing this, it slows their movement and it slows their attack speed, which allows you to escape from them more easily. Together, Time Walk and Time Dilation add to your overall survivability in the offlane. This makes you incredibly difficult to kill in lane and during teamfights later in the game. Time Dilation functions best after your opponents use their spells, just in order to give you enough breathing room to escape using your Time Walk. For Void's skill build as an offlaner, I recommend going a 3-1-1 build. Time Walk is Void's strongest skill by far besides his ultimate, therefore you want to prioritize it first and make sure that in every single game you're maxing it out by level 7. In the pro scene, you're going to see a lot of pro players go a 3-2-0 build, but I believe that in most pub games, the utility and just that added bit of damage as well as disabled that you're going to get from your Time Lock is well worth skipping the second point in Time Dilation. Because Faceless Void is unable to initiate and chase down enemies just by using his skills, he's forced to go into a utility style build that focuses around him getting a Blink Dagger. In terms of item progression, there's really only one or two ways that you can build Faceless Void in order to have him fit into this utility style role. Your first item on Offlane Void should always be Iron Talon. This allows you to transition into the jungle as well as farm the large creep camp that's in each offlane much more efficiently. After completing your Iron Talon, you can either choose to build directly into a Blink Dagger, or you can go for an item such as Vladimir's Offering, which again allows you to jungle more efficiently and provide some nice lifesteal to the rest of your team. Or if you're looking to tank up for those early game fights and be extremely difficult to kill, you can purchase a very early Vanguard. Regardless of the choosing or the timing of your first item, you at least need to have a Blink Dagger by 25 minutes in order to play your role on your team most effectively. The next item that you should build as soon as you're done with your Blink Dagger should always be your Aghanim Scepter. Aghanim Scepter on Faceless Void brings the cooldown of Chronosphere to a mere 60 seconds, allowing your team to fight every couple of minutes if they so choose to. At level 3, Chronosphere costs 300 mana and lasts for 6 full seconds. After coming out of the early game and coming out of the laning phase, Faceless Void is able to have a very dynamic role on his team. As soon as you're done with the laning phase, you should look for opportunities as Void to rotate around the map in order to use Chronosphere. While Void is unable to kill enemies by himself, when paired up with a teammate, he can very easily find some nice pickoffs. In summary, Faceless Void is by far the best offlaner right now. He's very good at being able to transition into a team fight oriented role that can benefit his team with some very very solid lockdown at any phase in the game. Well guys, that's it for today's video. Be sure to leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts on it. Also be sure to like it if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content. Have a great day and thanks for viewing.